Today we are going to talk about brushes. The most difficult thing that I have every year with my beginning class is to find brushes that will fit their needs that aren't too expensive. You can see I have all these brushes I take to my class with me. They are not the brushes I paint with. To make it simple, you can buy very inexpensive brushes like this at Hobby Lobby. This one at Hobby Lobby. What I recommend for my students is the largest brush you can find. That be sure they're watercolor brushes, the largest one you can find. So that's too large, but anything like this. And you can't go by the numbers because Hobby Lobby and these cheap brushes, the numbers are different than good brushes. So for example, in a good brush, this is a number 8. Let's see if I can show you. This is what I paint with 90% of the time. It's called a quill. That one is a size 0. The other quill that I use is a number 4. Okay, these are the two brushes I paint with 90% of the time, but I've been painting watercolor for over 35 years, so I know how to manage these brushes. If they have a good point, and they will when they're wet, you can get away with pretty much these brushes. They're made by Artiga, and this is a set you can get on Amazon, and this is what I've started recommending for my beginning students because they're quills and they're very inexpensive. They're like $17 for the pair, and you can do most of all of your painting with these quill brushes. And when you wet them, they come to a nice point. Okay, so that's what I recommend for my students. You also will need a smaller pointed brush to do detail. You don't have to have anything this tiny. This is a number 2, okay? This is a number 6. If you get a good pointed brush like this Princeton number 6 long round, you can do all of your detail with that. So you don't need these tiny little brushes. A number 6 and the 2 quills, and I think you can get away with, everything you need for the class. This is a Princeton long round number 8, which is also a really nice brush. So the key is to have a pointed round and a big mop brush, and then a medium-sized brush just to lay in a lot of your washes that aren't very small. So if you find on Amazon those, be careful on Amazon though, but because the brush sizes, like I said, are not consistent. This is called a silver black velvet. The reason I don't use these is they are part animal hair and part synthetic, but lots of people use these silver black velvets. You can buy them, you can buy sets of them, you can buy them online. I just quit using them for that reason because they have animal hair and I don't use anything that's not synthetic. These are even Master's Touch. They come in a set, and this would do for your detail brush. It's very inexpensive. So you're just going to have to shop around and find what works for you. The other brush you might that would be helpful to have is a small flat brush, just to scrub out things with. This one's an angle brush. I don't like those as well. I like the ones that are flat, straight across, but it needs to have enough stiffness to be able to scrub out things, so that's a handy brush to have. Not essential though. Really, that you can get away with those with the 2 quills and a pointed brush for my beginner classes. Then you can, as you get familiar with brushes and what you like and don't like, then you can start adding to your repertoire of brushes. You may want to just go for a simple set like this. This is a Master's Touch set that came with a number of brushes. That's one of them. Anyway, if you find a set like this, as long as they're watercolor and they're fairly soft, you can get away with that, with a set like that. And you know, Hobby Lobby has 50% off their art supplies periodically, so you can get a good deal on those. I hope you found this helpful, and for my students, if you can't find brushes, I certainly have enough that I can probably loan you. So, hope you found this helpful.